Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails
Chalk one up.
Beyond the Horizon,
Good stuff.
where we are back with Van in Van Route 3, I think it was called. And I was thinking back a bit. We had in the Demi-Grendel Vices here in Wien's Route 2. And normal Demi-Grendels from Daybreak 2 were these black shadowy monsters, and we were the white shadowy monsters. Back in Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2, one of the last bosses in Trails of Cold Steel 1 was this giant shadow monster, Lower Erebonius, which was a big trial for Reen to get his Mecha Knight stuff. And in Trails of Cold Steel 2, they suddenly had another boss at the end of the same dungeon, just the dungeon's layout had completely changed, but it was the same place. And that was also a white version of that Lower Erebonius, a Lower Luciferia. And it was never quite explained what that thing was and where it came from. And I wonder if that had something to do with whatever AD and the Vestiges are up to. And whatever the scientists are hiding. But living 1 month will advance the main story and you will be unable to return to Old Town for a time. Alright. Right, whenever I'm gonna look around, better start with the spots I didn't get to last night. I'm also curious to see how the Blacklight district's holding up. I should nearly let myself forget.
No prob. If you can, let me know by tomorrow. And hey, now's your chance to go a bit wild and deck yourself out in punk jewelry, or even get your first piercing.
It may be a bit early for me to do something like that. Anyway, I'll think about it, okay?
It's not trivial. We don't even remember our own birthday. I'm sure the person you're getting it for will be happy, so...
Sorry, Van. I just got out of the shower and... forget you heard that?
Nah, my bad. Sorry for rushing you. This isn't about the trip tomorrow. There was just something I wanted to check up on. Remember earlier today when I asked you about ideas for a gift? Just wanted to see if anything came to mind yet.
Oh.
If you haven't decided yet, that's fine. You can even let me know the day after tomorrow. I'll go pick it up before the party. It's just, you know, we'll probably be away from the capital for a while. So I just wanted to check before we headed out.
Knowing you, you're probably planning to go out on patrol by yourself tonight, huh? Oh, right. How's Yorda doing?
She woke up for a bit, but she was still really wiped out, so she fell right back asleep not long after. Said she felt much better, though. Seems the medicine's working, so I think we're in the clear. And that reminds me, she asked me to thank you.
She did she? I'm so relieved.
But back to your question, yeah, I am planning to head out on patrol tonight. Not that getting your presents taking a back seat to that or anything.
I know. I appreciate it. Maybe then, as an alternative to getting me something, just for tonight, would you let me join you on your patrol?
So we can look together? Or could they say this is a date?
Was that a little too bold of me? Though I can imagine just how wide Van's eyes went when he heard me say that. Right. No more hesitating. I supported Van and spent as much time with him as I was able. Now all that's left is to take the final step.
Picking her up?
Sounds awful suspicious to me. Though I might believe you if I'm allowed to help you twice a month at minimum. Also, I've got a delicious Andalusia winter tart. Limited edition. You can share it with Dad. I'll brew your coffee while you chat away.
"9:15 in the evening."
There she is. Huh?
Sorry for making you come all the way out here.
No worries. It's more efficient this way. But, why the uniform?
Oh, well, I put the clothes I was wearing earlier through the wash, and they're still drying now. Sorry. Am I going to stand out too much, you think?
Nah, should be fine. Doesn't seem like there's much going on tonight. And hey, if anybody asks, you can just tell them I'm your uncle, yeah?
Well, I'm not sure how well that'll go over, seeing as we look nothing alike. What I mean is, you can be my older cousin instead.
Thanks for not leaving me hanging there, cuz.
Go get him, Agnès. But why'd she... Well, whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Let's hope so.
Like I was saying before, since we've got an early day tomorrow, I'm just planning on taking a quick spin around town. I'll give the bulletin boards a look-see, but I don't expect much of anything. But, hey, you sure about this? Doesn't seem like much of a present to me. More like making you work the night shift.
I'm sure. See, it's... rather than a physical item, the thing I wanted most from you are good memories of the time we've spent together.
Are you going somewhere?
Well then, in that case, maybe I'll take this chance to demonstrate how an adult shows his lady friend a night on the town. It'll be a fair bit more stimulating than the typical kind of dates you might have with your classmates.
Stimulating? Oh, but, I've never even been on a date before, so...
Huh? For real? Think of this as practice then. That way, when it really happens, you can act like you know what you're doing.
I think that's quite enough teasing from you. Besides, a date with you is a little too different to be useful as any kind of reference.
What's that supposed to mean?
With Agnès in tow, you will go around checking several districts in order. You may also return to previous districts. First, Center Marché. Other shops have closed by now, but there's still plenty of stalls open and people out and about.
Can you believe it? We're gonna go to space!
This almost feels like the day before a festival or something. Or judging by the drunks, the day after. Rather not deal with them, so let's give them a white bath. Agreed. Let's go around.
Hello, Mr. Arkwright.
Apologies for calling so late at night, but I have a status update on the Grim Garden's liberation. Is now a good time? Well, lots been going on, but sure. So are your goalposts moving over to the next part of the castle? Yes, a route of attack into the 5th domain has been secured. If you have no objections, I'd like your group to join us in making progress. Say no more, our schedule is about to fill up a bit, but we'll chip in as much as we can. Circumstances seem to be shifting on Mr. Arkwright's end as well. Though the noise in the background suggests he's merely patrolling the city. 5th domain has been unlocked. Connection events are now available.
I'm so used to patrolling at night by myself. It feels strange having you along for the ride.
It sounds like Yorda beat me to it. Why don't we start by checking the board and any other places of interest?
Not picking up much of a scent. Guess there's nothing to worry about. Now where?
Can you believe it? We're gonna go to space! Just finished renovating, so come take a...
Job-themed uniforms are well and good, but I've got 100 costumes of characters from popular comics about to be in high demand. Maybe for my next project I can recreate some outfits from Bravely Legends. Alright, you can't sell copyrighted material without a license, can you? I'll get in touch with a publisher first chance I get.
Anything strike your fancy?
Orange Berry Cologne for Nadia.
Thanks.
The blacklight districts and the fakes, they say. Can picture how tremendous the damages are just hearing about them. No expecting a finger of help from the authorities either, the place being what it is. Only means that straits are gonna get even more dire like it's not. Even so, it's hard to believe that the ones who trashed the place are the same people who called it home. I've been wise to the disappearances behind the scenes for some time now, but to think it'd come to this? I have a few debts of gratitude over the Blacklight District, so they can count on me to pitch in some. But I wonder about all those people who went missing after the attack though. Not just where they headed, but what compelled them to do what they did. Good question. First they bore the torch for idealism's rise, and now they're out promoting themselves over the orbital net. It feels as if those with you girls are paving the way toward a new era every time I turn around. I certainly didn't expect that few to self-distribute their new music video over the Orbital network. A groundbreaking strategy for groundbreaking times, you might say. Not to mention the latest song is the most magnificent yet. Ha, my goodness, it has me eager to see where they go next.
Time for another swing.
Romain wanted to see the vegetables we deemed unfit to sell. Even the most imperfect product needs just one redeeming quality, he said. From there, it's all in how you market it. And you know what happened next? He agreed to buy it all off our hands. I could spend the whole week thanking him and it still wouldn't be enough. Up to now, any imperfect product would end up in the trash, yet in swoops Romain to buy it all off our hands. Could spend the whole week thanking him, but it wouldn't be enough. Even when not in the best shape, some vegetables can still be delicious if cooked the right way. All I have to do is slap on a reasonable price and make sure the customers know what they're paying for. That way, everybody comes out on top, even the produce. Not picking up any cents, and as I thought, I don't see any info or requests that stick out to me. I guess things have been peaceful around here, or at least that's what I'd like to think. In any event, I just want to say, Van, your diligence is something I really admire about you. Whenever you enter a district, or even when nothing smells off, you always stay true to your routine of checking the bulletin boards. For the record, I don't just check them for 4 SPGs. Sometimes there's postings about deals and stuff related to my hobbies. Even if there aren't, it helps me get a feel for the overall mood in the districts, so there's never any harm in looking. And if I'm lucky, I stumble across a bargain ad flyer for sweets. Wait a minute. Man, please don't tell me the whole reason you started accepting 4 species from bulletin boards was you could find deals on sweets. Course not. I mean, I am glad I started doing it this way, but don't get the wrong idea.
Let's see what we got.
Oh, so your trip to Longline is all set to go? That's a relief to hear. The only question is, will you be bringing the Hebo God Rod with? Yeah, I mean, what better place to test out a legendary fishing pole, right? What if they even got a local river guardian there? Wow, the universe is practically begging you to take it along at this point. Gotta say though, I don't remember last time I saw you this fired up, Kyle. You might be looking forward to this trip the most out of all 3 of us. Well, I did almost bleed my wallet dry renting us that car, so there goes any chance of defending myself. Not to parrot my grandpa, but man, am I relieved our transport to Longline worked out. It'll be my first time fishing over there too. I'm dying to see what we'll catch already. Well, we've got an early start tomorrow, so I'd better finish packing and get to bed. Shannon left earlier in the evening, so she's probably back home and asleep now. But me, I'm so pumped that it might keep me up all night. Well, I suppose I'll have to close the shop down for a while. What if how long everyone will be away? It's off to Longline for Kai and the girls tomorrow, whereas I'm thinking of taking a fishing trip of my own elsewhere. It's been about 5 years since I've last been in that part of the country. The river there makes for a surprisingly hidden gem of a honey hole. Okay. So I don't know who goes to Longline, but they will meet the fishers there. Non-alcoholic cocktails come in more than a few different kinds of these days. That's not to say I encourage underage overindulgence of that sort either. But if it's an occasional taste of adulthood you're after, go ahead and give them a try. Thank you, sir. I'll get on that first thing tomorrow. A separate order of business, you said? Notification to all nations. Understood. A matter of utmost importance. Yes, I'll hurry back straight away. So much for buying some souvenirs to take back to my family tonight.
Good work again today.
If you ask me what the main appeal of food trucks and stalls are, it would be the freedom, I think. Everybody can buy whatever they like and combine them however they like to a satisfying, tailor-made meal experience. List of possibilities weren't endless enough. Some shops even offer nighttime exclusive menus. I hope you enjoy your fill here at the Center Marché after dark.
Have your eye on anything in particular?
Beef cutlets sandwich.
Thank you very much.
It's so lively around here. Come one, come all, and have a look.
Oh, you made your family stew for dinner? Yep, well, sorta. My dad still ended up helping me a bunch. I want to try doing it on my own next time. You can have some too if it turns out good. Hey, free food! Just don't get too excited. I said I'd share if it turns out good. Ah, so boy, if anyone's got this, it's you, Kane. This is practically an orchard's worth of fruit. Are you sure we can have so much? Please, you get them all the time. Think of this as my way of saying thanks for everything you share with us. Besides, I owe it to Kane for getting Shell so eager to help out our stall nowadays. Oh, she's been one spurring him on, if anything, but thanks. I really do appreciate this. I really do appreciate Shell helping out at the register for me today. She slipped up more than a few times, but it's the thought that counts. I came to the Center Marché to pick my wife up, but she's done with work. Imagine her shock when she sees this bumper crop I snacked along the way. We'll have to save some room in our stomachs for them after dinner.
Wanna go watch the next launch?
Ah, this is her father, could be piloting a Zycrus for those mock exercises the day after next, right? Now that I hold the rank of Assault Frame Battalion Commander? Yep. Training drills or no, I aim to treat them as serious as any live combat. Always in mission mode, you're unshakable, Daddy. Such is the natural state of mind for a military man. I understand you'll be in long life that same day, Siggy? What a tremendous privilege getting to see humanity make history with your very own eyes. That's a plan. So that's Sigourney's father. He's part of the Air Force, as I recall. Man, it's like a textbook definition of a seasoned vet. Wouldn't you like some alcohol, Daddy? Nah, next time I have a stiff one will be after we pull off this rocket launch. But no need to hold back on my account, Siggy. Eat and drink as much as you want tonight. Roger that. Please, Gray, train me to be a bracer. The minimum age for the exam is 16. That gives me 3 years to get serious about this if I crack down now. I'd like to ask you to him out too. Lashka's looked up to the guild for ages. It's probably the only path he's willing to take. I had a feeling this would come to this eventually, but this is sooner than I pictured. Tell me, Lashka, why do you want to be a bracer? Is it to vent out your regrets over Quail Village? To fulfill the promise you made to your friend? Well... You're not wrong, obviously, but there's more to it than that. I always dreamed of being a hero, the kind who swoops in and saves the day. And I still do after everything that's gone wrong. So now, I want to live that life I believed in. In my mind, that's the #1 thing that'll make Mom, Dad, Belicia, Kent and Annie happy. Lashka, you really have moved on, haven't you? Alright, I'm convinced. We can't start right here now, but I'll give you the training you're asking for. Yes, thank you so much, Gray. Oh, I'm happy for you, Lashka. Lashka's serious about this, so I need to step my engineering studies up a notch too. Since there's no clear goal I'm shooting for now, I plan on soaking up as much know-how as I can. And I have Lashka to thank for getting me into that mindset. I've gone astray once before, so far be it from me to take a moral high ground. But I want Lashka to walk down the straight and narrow, and looking at him now, that's exactly where he's headed. Just the thought of it gives me hope for myself too. The situation right now is hectic, so let's do what we can to straighten it out. For Lashka's sake too. I just knew Gray would say yes. He's always at my back even when I screwed up big time. Thinking about what happened in Cray still makes my chest want to explode. But that's exactly why I can't freeze up, or else I regret it someday for sure. So I mean it when I say I'm giving this my all, when I can face Annie and them with my head held high.
Now where?
Huh? You know, I always did wonder what the deal was with this angel back when I was still a student. Considering it's supposed to be based on scripture, it feels oddly familiar and friendly. You're right that the angels from the Testaments can be quite serious looking, as if they're the goddess's messengers. People don't really seem to know the origin of the statues, only it was discovered and transported during the Middle Ages. I think I told you that I used to come here with my mother from time to time. We'd always talk about what meals we'd make before my father came home from a work trip. My mother would look up at the angel statue every time we passed by. She'd have such a kind, warm look, with a hint of sadness in her smile. I see. Is it just me, or does the statue look familiar? I mean, it kind of looks like that photo of your mom I saw back at your house, doesn't it? I can kind of see it. My mother may have been reminded of my grandmother. Lilia Claudel, right? The adopted daughter of Professor Epstein. Yes, I heard my grandmother and mother looked very alike, even for family. My father always said that my mother started to be a spitting image of my grandmother as she got older. Apparently I strongly resemble my own mother too, when she was around my age. Sounds like the Claudel bloodline is pretty strong. And it sounds like your mom was a strong, gentle and reliable woman. Yep, that she was. She'd even encourage my dad on occasion when he was having trouble at work. She was always there when he needed her most. That sure is something. Still, when it came down to it, she was just a driven wife with a passion for cooking. Though she did have a knack for pulling absurd pranks. I remember she'd always tease me too, asking if there were any boys at a crush on and things like that. Well, well, it sounds like you didn't take after her in every way. Looks like I'm not the only one who sees an uncanny resemblance. Plan? Gotta say, I'm kinda jealous that you've got a place that holds such cherished memories. So, who did you have a crush on? Tan, you don't really think I'm going to tell you, do you? When I was 12, that kind of thing never even crossed my mind. Mom fell ill not long after that, but she was still just as bright as ever. I'm sure she'd be more than happy to give me advice if she was still alive today. Alright then, this should be good enough for Santa Marche. Yes, where shall we go next? Maybe Tyrol? I mean, it's one of the places I originally planned to patrol tonight. It does have a number of locations that we should check in on. It's decided then, let's get moving. No, for now I continue here. Relax guys, we wouldn't have won our way this far up the ladder if we went powerhouse ourselves. Sure, our next opponents seem like total juggernauts, but I've been taking notes on their star players' quirks. So with a little analysis, who knows what kind of counterplays might turn up. Don't forget, I'm here to back you up in every way a team manager can. This will be our first time playing ball in a pro league, instead of on the streets like we always do. Morale's never been this shaky before either, but rising up to the challenge is something we decided on as a team. And I'll be there to back them up in every way a manager can. No wonder Aramis told us to go scout out our next opponents after scrims. Those guys are absolutely freaking beasts. Enough to go toe-to-toe in the top leagues. What are we gonna do, Simon? Or else they're gonna get dunked on like crazy. The defense is rock solid and their shooters are on a par with you and Kirk, if not better. Can't lie, man. It would take a miracle for us to win. You think I don't know that? Even a minor league team is still a pro. In their eyes, we're probably just drooling around on the asphalt. But don't forget, every star player has their start as a nobody amateur. Those guys have been chasing balls on the streets since they were snot-nosed brats. How's that any different from us? Guess you got a point there. Be real though, do we even have enough time to catch up to their level? 3 days is better than nothing. It's a long shot, but all we can do is train hardcore and bring the smoke till the last buzzer. Now let's get back and make it happen. You with me? Hell yeah! We didn't come this far to wimp out. Haven't felt without match since I first started street ball, and still I made a promise to Eddie. It's too soon to throw in the towel. Might be good to throw a kick-off party once we're back. Get the team nice and fired up. How Miss basketball team told us to study our next opponents if we want to stand a chance. They even hooked us up to see one of their matches, so we took a peek and... damn it. Can't strictly stand people who are better than me and stuff. And why the hell are they all so tall too? Like, piss off with that crap. Maybe this is just me crashing out or whatever, but you're gonna beat their asses if it kills us. Our next opponent's in the pro league, so darn, they've got mad skills, but it still pisses me off. I don't care how much of a dream team they are. We're gonna beat their asses if it kills us. Today gave us a look at their rhythm, so if we can time that new trick we've been practicing right, our chance of pulling off an upset shoot straight up. I'm not bluffing here, okay? Don't underestimate a street baller.
Good work.
Who are you? What an adorable little sales girl. I do believe I treat myself to something.
Hey! Welcome!
Hiya, welcome to Gâteau de Dune. Hungry for a late night snack? Then give our cannellis a try. They're Mr. Dune's pride and joy, made with oodle of a secret ingredient, love. Oh, the fishing shop is already down, and so the daughter is working here now, yeah?
It's so lively around here.
Whew, earned myself a pat on the back. At least we totally wouldn't, but close the day out with some good meat and wine will fix it. Time to about Urfa and La Chao stalls.
You've got goods you can't find anywhere else.
And this is the The Grim Portal, okay. Dune mentioned having to close up his patisserie stand early tonight to take care of some business. But then Peggy up and offered to man the place in his stead. I called my wife over to go with her, so it's nothing to wring my hands about, but I just miss my little girl so much. I'd give anything to go buy some canales on Peggy, but my fish can't just monger themselves. And he misses his little girl.
If the launch succeeds, what comes next?
My jewelry is relatively affordable compared to other establishments. Of course, the stones themselves are smaller to compensate, but make a wonderful option for students. I suppose it might be nice to treat myself for once, the way you sometimes do. You got a good bit of mirror saved up from your pay, so I don't see why not. Want me to pick one out? Honestly, I'd be more than happy to let you. But my choice was to have this quality time in lieu of a present, remember? Still, thank you for thinking about me. You and your self-restraint. Ah, there's nothing quite like street food in the summer. A spicy taco in one hand and an ice-cold craft beer in the other. It's a match made in heaven, I tell you. So where's your beer? Negotiations so far went swimmingly thanks to you, Carol. Plus you even went and got a fresh pulse on the Calvadian textile trends on the market here. Job well done, would be underselling it. Let's keep up the good work at our next destination, shall we? You're too kind. But wow, did it catch me off guard when I learned we're off to Anchorville, I mean, my hometown of all places. Happy coincidence, no? What's more, we'll likely be there a few days before our business meeting. You haven't been back there in a long while, so I want you to use the extra time to let loose and unwind after you arrive tomorrow. That's awfully considerate, but what will you be doing in the meantime, Hashim? Why, what else but a bit of casual sightseeing? A place you grew up in has me quite curious. Though I'd be even more thrilled if, by any chance, you're willing to go about together. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. Now then, on to those drinks I promised you tonight. There's a little-known bar near our hotel. It really is some coincidence that our next business negotiations just happen to be in Carol's hometown. I'd already been wanting to get to know her better, so hopefully this helps us grow closer to one another. Enough to share our time together outside of work as well, even, Adios willing. Who could have guessed work would take me back to my hometown? The world sure works in mysterious ways. Come to think of it, this will be my first time going back alone since moving out. When I still lived in Edith, it would always be me and my brother making the trip together.
Hey,
like
stop
this
on
one.
by!
Ooh, and that one.
Well, aren't you a cute thing? Have you been making sure to get enough protein, miss? See, the key to clear, supple skin is this one called collagen, found abundantly in meats. Just pile a hearty helping into your diet, Aola. Eternal beauty is all yours. I'll keep it in mind.
Search time.
Please, step on up.
The night may well be the last we spend like this. It's surprisingly difficult to process, even with prior notice. If I may, son, I just want to express how incredibly grateful I am for everything you've taught me up until now. It's regrettable that I can't accompany you the rest of the way, and at such a critical time. Now, the CID's orders will be lifted if the project is completed successfully, no? Then you'll be able to return to your original unit in post. There's no need to be gloomy about it. Besides, working under President Gremart makes for a valuable opportunity, wouldn't you say? Yes, I'm aware of that. I'm sure you have your trepidations. But it's certainly a worthwhile job from a career perspective. You'd be better off taking a positive attitude. Just don't lose sight of your ambitions. Face the obstacles before you and you'll find there's no wall you can't overcome. Senator Ryan, thank you. I must say, though, it's clear how beloved Mr. Rocksmith is, if you two are any indication. It's a little much for someone who's nothing more than a retired public servant. Even so, it's because of that I can interact with so many people and be privy to all kinds of information. Maybe it's because I'm retired that I can see and talk about things from a different point of view. As an acting member of the current Republican Party, I do all that I can. So please rest assured as you watch over our nation's future, sir. Well, at any rate, there's no need to worry on my account. No matter the assignment, you two have what it takes to meet Gramhart's expectations. I'm rooting for you, so stand tall and carry your duties out without fail. Mr. Rocksmith. We will. Thank you again for everything. Return when all is said and done. It's like what they were saying at the Memorial Park. Basically everyone from the CID is getting caught up in all of this. It must be especially heart-wrenching for those two. They should be able to go back once the plan reaches a certain point. But it's gotta be tough to part ways with a person you respect more than anyone in the world. Looks like they noticed us, to nobody's surprise. We're not exactly interrupting, so it should be fine to say a quick hello. I poured myself a cup of the same espresso the owner brewed for Mr. Rocksmith in the back. It packed one heck of a delicious punch, while still keeping a balanced flavor profile. No wonder he's so hooked off him. Mr. Rocksmith holds a special place in his heart for consummatively bitter espressos. For him I prepare a special blend that draws the bitterness out to its absolute breaking point while still maintaining harmony. Perhaps we should box up a variety of beans to go for good measure. How are you finding my blend of choice? It has quite the gentle mouthfeel, agreeable so. And what of blend I suggested to you? A few touches sour, but the aftertaste is also refreshing. You truly are a person of culture, Elton. I could say the same of you. I'd always assumed you and I were fated to feud, Jumana. But look at us now, thick as thieves. Why, we'll even recommend each other the occasional blend. And thank goodness for that. Our exchanges have led to many a lesson learned and epiphany had. I've known Kayla and Cody since the prime of their father's generation. A lengthy stretch of time, to be sure. Still, we oughtn't treat this as the end of things. Our paths are certain to cross again eventually. It's my hope that the two are able to bring their fullest efforts to bear in the place where needed most. It was my intention from the start to head back to Longley before the rocket launch anyhow. Now that the wheels toward that day have begun to turn, must decide on myself how to spend the time in between. You two. I heard from the police about what happened after we parted ways. Apparently was suspected to have masterminded a string of incidents showed themselves correct. Yeah, but the fact remains that they slipped through our fingers. Plans to follow their tracks out of the city tomorrow. Thank goodness you're alright though, Senator. Leaving you behind in the Blacklight District had me worried. Yes, well, with the immovable and several top-class Jäger corpsmen on our side, we had enough of an edge to push back the enemy. The majority of the rioters then went above ground, whereupon things were comparatively calmer. It's just... something snagging at you? Well, on top of the police and so forth, we also called upon the CID to follow up after the fact. However, there was no indication that they would act at my urging. Instead, the riots are poised to be left to the police entirely. I'm told Kayla and Cody did respond to your summons over at the Dirk Memorial Park, but that appears to be an exception. Up until now, the very notion of a CID opting to so deliberately divorce themselves from an incident of this scale would have been unthinkable. Well, by the looks of it, their current stance is butting out of anything not directly related to the space program. So I thought, but that notwithstanding, those rioters, the strange phenomena that gripped them, there's no guarantee that such variables will have zero bearing on Project Startaker. That they're willing to disregard even this feels less a matter of pouring all of their resources into the space program, but rather an expressed determination to sacrifice anything and everything that needs accomplishing their objective. They wouldn't go to these lengths unless something demanded it. That much we can probably say for sure. Assuming that is indeed the case, it will undoubtedly involve not only the current administration, but the country itself and all its citizens. In which case we ought to be tackling this out in the open as a nation united under the accords of its citizens. President Gramhardt of all people should understand this, and yet I just can't wrap my mind around these measures. Counterintelligence is imperative where the space program is concerned. From that perspective, one could justify an all-out mobilization, but nevertheless the personnel reassignments were as abrupt as they were forceful. Gets me thinking. I must have some aim that necessitates measures of this magnitude, one that cannot afford to fail. Oh, it's you. Not exactly catching us at our best right now. We've come to pay our respects to Mr. Rocksmith in light of a matter I mentioned earlier this evening. Right, respects is definitely words for it. The guy's a hero to you both. Yes, we owe him a debt that could take our entire lives and more to repay, one that I still wish to see out. Now that there's much weighing on Cody too, after having served as his bodyguard for so long. I know wanting things to stay that way is just my own ego talking. Besides, neither he nor our dad would want me to tie myself down so tight that it puts my back to other opportunities. Cody, I get you. Taking this all on the chin is your way of staying true to your pops in the former press. Exactly. After hearing what he himself has to say, dragging things out any longer would be a faux pas. There's no choice but to face up to what's demanded of me. Then, once this mobilization is ended, I can return to Mr. Rocksmith standing tall. It sounds like Cody's managed to skin himself in his own way. Yeah, ain't really our place to weigh in on that any more than we have. Our roles will be transforming in a major way from here on out. But our dedication to doing right by Mr. Rocksmith isn't going anywhere. If I can stay true to that by fulfilling my duty as a civil servant, as a soldier, then maybe embracing this change isn't bad in the least. Forget to ask, what's the former president gonna do for security detail in the meantime? The arrangements have already been made on that front. Someone more dependable than us took the initiative of volunteering for the task. Granted, she has her own fair share of circumstances involving the space program, but at this stage we have no recourse but to place our faith in her and do as we must. Someone more dependable than these two? The CID has all hands on deck for Project Startaker, so that narrows down the list a ways. At the end of the day, we can still stay true to our convictions even while apart from Mr. Rocksmith. More importantly, we need to steady our hearts and serve our nation however possible. I'm sure Mr. Rocksmith wants the same of us.
Let's do this.
Looks like nights can get pretty lively over here too. Yeah, even without all the space program stuff, you can't go out at night since you're in the dorms, right? That's right, for sometimes I'll come by with Odette and the others of the school. There should be a parking lot over there, so I'll go ahead and park a car. Might as well try and catch a late show now that we're here. That sounds good.
Please, step on up.
Is out of this world.
There's not really anybody here, is there? Yeah, I wonder if the students are all on break after exams. So, did you have any great spots for cutting class in the student council? Cutting class? Well, I do know a good place to relax. But that was actually a first to find it before Ren took a liking to it. Whenever we'd go shopping for the student council, we'd always get tea and drag Albert along with us. I remember they were deciding on sweets during the Academy Festival. Didn't that Albert guy have a part-time job at the bookstore? Seems like something happened. It would probably be rude to ask. Yes? Nah, it's nothing. Anyway, besides our trip to Anchorville, it looks like Gwen's days as an exchange student are over. It'll be lonely without her. Yes, I think so too. Even that might be an understatement. But it's not like we won't be able to chat when we like, thanks to long-distance orbital networks. If there was something like the garden, and we'll be able to meet like we're in person. It'll be a long time before something like that hits the public sector. There's no doubt we'll be able to connect in the future in all sorts of ways. Might make the world feel smaller than it actually is, but the reverse is true too. Yes, and that's why it's important I see the world for myself. As a matter of fact, I'm actually planning on going to live with Odette and the others. I heard that Ren's hometown is a very pretty and charming place. Though I'm still quite busy and might have to wait for another 3 years. Ah, sounds like fun. I've passed through once for a job, but it really was a beautiful place. Oh, and when you do go, make sure to grab me some delicious sweets. There was never any question about what souvenir to get for you. But what if you came with me? Huh? I mean, Ferry and Aaron would come too, since they haven't been to Liberal either. I was thinking we could make it another business trip for Arkwright Solutions or something. Travel abroad is costly, and Liberal's roads aren't exactly fit for cars. But Ren did tell me vehicles were becoming more commonplace there. The infrastructure was getting better. Then I hope you consider it.
For real, it was crazy.
Doesn't look like there's any problems of note in the Tyrol district either. Is there something bothering you? Oh, is the Blacklight district on your mind maybe? Yeah, actually. As you know, I don't normally accept 4 SPGs there, but after what happened today, I'm thinking about making an exception. Understand that. I'm sure they have their hands full, so they'd probably be grateful if you lend ours. That being said, there's no need to rush on over there. Those guys are tenacious with a capital T. We can go check on them when we have the time. The Blacklight district has been added. Alright, we've done basically everything we have to do in the Tyrol district. Time to move on. Back to next on your nightly schedule. The Grand Circuit. I didn't have a chance to check it out yesterday. I'm gonna make up for it. The GR Championship is supposed to be tonight, so expect it to be pretty lively. I see. Sounds good. I think that one place was by the Grand Circuit too. Alright.
Oh, that movie was the shit, man!
They all look pretty good. Thank you for your visit.
Sau und Aschen. My, look at this. Agnès, man, what are you two doing here so late? Don't tell me this is a date, seeing as you're in a school uniform, I guess not. Van is just on his nightly patrol and he allowed me to accompany him. I'm the one who should be saying, look at this. You must have heard about what happened this evening. Using a theater instead of your restaurant to carry out your meeting is pretty sneaky. You've got it all wrong. The young miss simply invited me to a movie, which we've just finished. I heard the report from Misha. Hayes already made its next move. And this isn't what we're talking about this morning. I only had him accompany me for a bit, since we're both leaving the capital tomorrow. Shinobi Punk Isayoi was interesting, wasn't it? It featured a relationship between the hero and heroine that went beyond the traditional roles. So romantic. Indeed, the setting of the Far East in the near future featured remarkable craftsmanship, as with the script and acting. The action scenes even proved that both the hero and heroine were clearly experts. That said, the whole idea of chivalry and loyalty proved a little too sweet for my tastes. Oh, you... I'm sure it would be for a schemer like you. Good for you, Ashen. You're putting this fresh start to use with an active approach. I'm rooting for you. Thank you, Agnès. It gives me a courage to keep trying. You should too. Maybe I'll send you an Eastern-style mini-dress sometime. Well, as long as it's not too extreme, I'd be grateful for the gift.
They all look pretty good.
I heard about what transpired in the Blacklight district and the park. It seems to now all be heading out tomorrow, yes?
Thank you for your visit today.
Let's set aside the fact that you know what we're up to in such detail. You guys making moves too? Yes, that's the plan, especially seeing as I couldn't be involved in today's events. And Fen is quite stimulated at the moment. Let me guess, because of a Gekka martial artist? Wish I had mentioned that he was a paragon of a martial arts. Yes, indeed, so it's unsurprising that Fen has been quite interested in him. Of course, he was just as interested in the other combatants who were present. Suffice it to say, we have many questions regarding these mysterious figures. Who they are, where they've come from, and so on. But it's the involvement of a masked martial artist that means Heiyu can no longer stand idly by. Which to say, we'll be investigating matters our way. In any event, I was happy to relax at Ashen's invitation. It's certainly been a while. And now I'm refreshed and ready to put everything I have into this investigation come tomorrow. You and Zawa are leaving the capital at the same time, huh? Sounds like Heiyu is pretty busy. Yeah, I've got my own business to attend to. Literally business related. That said, it's true, we've got a lot going on, official and otherwise. Baba and Yeye should both be heading toward their respective destinations as we speak. About that, we saw Lu, but we haven't seen much of Fun lately. Yeah, he's been hitting up a bunch of Kowloon Financial Bank branches around the country, plus other associated companies. Things have been pretty busy ever since the space program was announced. I see. Lu was gonna be in the city until late. I assume he got business on his own? Yep. Visiting an old friend of his seemed to me like he's got something else in mind. But as far as that's concerned, there's not much else I can tell you. All the members of the Lu family are acting on their own. Guess it ain't a surprise considering... Still, I can't help but be curious about what they're up to. Well, either way, I'm glad I got to see a move with Zhao before we had to go our separate ways. We might end up stuck in our respective positions and not get to see each other for a while. Hope you two can do their best so you don't have any regrets.
Thank you for your visit today. Screen 2 will be opening its doors shortly.
Movie not today.
What's next?
I'll be sure to take good care of it.
Thanks a bunch.
Thanks.
Thanks for stopping by. What would you like? Please stop by again sometime.
Ah, this almond tofu is delicious. What is it, some kind of pudding or something? The spice in this hot and sour soup really bring out the flavor too. It's really good. It seems like the East and Central East use different spices in their food. I'm just glad you like it. I wasn't sure you would. Thanks for bringing us to such a nice spot, Nate. Thanks, Uncle Nate. Nah, it's the least I could do since the inspector's always helping me out. You're the ones who invited me. The least I could do is recommend a great restaurant. This place really is good. Sheesh, this guy's as charming as ever. I guess I feel a bit bad that I've been avoiding this place due to its connections. What's wrong, Papa? Nothing, Gigi. Anyway, it's thanks to Nate we're able to eat at such a nice restaurant. You really are a family man, aren't you, Inspector? Even when you're about to be swamped at work. Making time for them when I still can is important. And you'd better be ready to be busy yourself, you know? That is a very good point. I know Nate must have a lot going on right now, but he's still making time for me. Thanks for your patience. I'm sure I'll end up making you feel even more lonely in the coming days. So let's make sure we're making the most of the time we actually do spend together. Aw, you two are so sweet together. Hey, how's Papa at work? I mean, he's so nice to me. Is he nice to you too? Actually, your pops is really, really scary at work, like a demon. Watch it, you better not go telling my daughter stuff she doesn't need to know. Inspector Daswani really is a family man. Feels like he includes Nate in that too. Though it's a little surprising to see him show up here. You got that right. Even if he did come at Nate's recommendation, it looks like the old inspector broadened his mind. I guess he'd do anything for his family, first and foremost. I swear, just when I think you finally got your act together, you end up saying stuff like that. Ah, come on, Chief. These sort of things are supposed to be nice and relaxed. That doesn't mean you can just tell my daughter whatever you want. You're right, of course. As long as you stay in line, gatherings like this should be relaxed. Especially when we don't know how busy we're about to be. Enjoy yourself and recharge. That's why I invited you out in the first place. Chief, I can't believe those words are coming out of your mouth. Just what kind of person do you think I am? At any rate, my family is here and so is your girlfriend. I'm not going to be a stick in the mud. Enjoy yourself, but don't embarrass yourself. If it isn't the spring and it is assistant, it's rare to see the two of you out patrolling at night together. You guys must be on edge after everything that happened tonight. Might want to take some time to relax and get ready for what's to come. Make sure you don't have any regrets. It's just me or is he being nicer to us than usual tonight? It probably helps that he's with his family. But now we've been through this ringer together too. I'm sure he's looking at us in a different light. This is Daddy's subordinate, right? But you still have to say thank you if he told you about this place, Daddy. I'm really grateful that Nate suggested this place to my husband. Even my husband seems a little conflicted. Still doesn't change the fact that Nate brought us somewhere wonderful. Gotta say, when the chief invited me and my girlfriend to dinner, I was shocked. Guess this is his way of looking out for me? If that's okay, then I'd better be ready for what's to come. Nate was complaining about his boss, but he still went out his way to tell him about this place. Whatever he says, it's clear at the end of the day that he respects him. Still, I'm a little surprised to find out the inspector is such a family man. Good, but I would end the episode here and we continue going around Edith next time. Until then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.